Hello guys, it is Gate of Theories here, and finally High School Musical, the series, Season 3 is out. And the best part is, Olivia Rodrigo is back. Even when we thought she might not return, thankfully she is here. However, unfortunately for us Olivia fans, we might have to let you go, as I don't think she will be staying for the next season, which has been confirmed. So this brings up the question, how will they close off Nini? And I think they've already given us the answer. I believe Nini, by the end of the season, will turn into Olivia Rodrigo herself. Let's get into it, but before we go any further, please make sure that you click that red subscribe button down below and have your notifications turned on so that you get notified every time we make any brand new videos. The biggest thing about High School Musical, the series, is that this show is the most meta you can really get. Season 1 was all about a bunch of high school kids performing High School Musical, and we are watching it as a series, which means there is Disney Channel inside a Disney Plus show, and there would also be Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens in their universe like in ours. I mean, that's why the show has such a long and confusing title. By Season 3, it's gotten even more meta. The characters are performing a Disney musical at camp that is being filmed by Corbin Bleu to be screened on Disney Plus, but we are watching this show with the real Corbin Bleu on Disney Plus, and it gets to the point where it becomes too complicated to even comprehend in your head. We're at the point where a Disney Plus show has established there is Disney Plus and other shows in their universe. This whole show could just be called Camp High School Musical, the series, or HSMTMTS. Like it's too much. And the show knows this, and even has a small little fourth wall break to show this.
Very meta, you guys.
But what all this means is that this show is becoming more like our world as each episode comes out. The more it becomes like our world, the more we can easily begin predicting what is going to happen. And this is where Olivia Rodrigo and Nini's future comes into it. We know ever since Driver's License came out that it wasn't going to be long till unfortunately Olivia Rodrigo leaves the show. It's the classic Disney turned pop star trope, and we've seen it many times where artists and other celebrities try distancing themselves from the Disney brand. Olivia Rodrigo is a little different however compared to everyone else, as she still sometimes posts about High School Musical, the series, and hasn't completely shut it off when she had the chance to. There were reports that she could have just left at the end of Season 2, but she chose to return for Season 3, so clearly it does mean a lot to her, and I think that means Nini is going to get a proper good send-off. However, I think it's safe to say this will definitely be her last season, which means they need a way for Nini to leave the show in a satisfying conclusion, and it's here where we can easily begin predicting what they might do with Nini. The funny thing is, because the show has gotten so meta, most of the characters in the show are becoming more like what the actors who play them are like in real life. You've got small coincidences, like Carlos and Seb dating in the show, and Frankie Rodriguez and Joe Serafini dating in real life. But as the show has gotten more meta, more similarities have begun to arise. In the most recent episode, Gina was noticed by other campers for her TikTok dances, meaning she must have a large TikTok following, and who is arguably the most successful TikTok dancer throughout the whole cast of this show, none other than Sophia Wiley. We also now have the fact that all of these characters are now on a Disney Plus show about a bunch of kids performing a musical, and in the real world where we are, all of the actors are on a Disney Plus show about a bunch of kids performing a musical. You see, too many similarities. And these similarities rise no greater than when talking about our two main characters, Ricky and Nini. Ricky is very similar to Joshua Bassett, both avid songwriters, and the same goes for Nini and Olivia Rodrigo. That's one of the reasons why they were cast in the first place, because they were so similar to the characters being played. It's also why we've had moments where Joshua and Olivia have written for the show, such as Just for a Moment in Season 1. And side note, another funny, slightly awkward similarity is that both Nini and Ricky have dated, and broken up, and then written songs about it, and so have Olivia Rodrigo and Joshua Bassett. But I think the most similar out of all the cast are Nini and Olivia Rodrigo, and I believe that the direction Nini is going to go into has already happened in the present. I think Nini will turn into Olivia Rodrigo. Like, metaphorically wise. Olivia Rodrigo began writing songs, then performed her first official song, All I Want, on High School Musical, the series. This was then picked up by her record label and she began working on her own music. She then released Sour and became a worldwide sensation, going on tour and everything else. You know the rest of the story. Nini is following a very similar path. After being noticed by Gina's brother, she has been tasked to write songs. In season 3, the cast are performing on a Disney Plus show about performing in a musical. So to round off Nini's character, the most fitting way would be for her to become famous from this Disney Plus show, similar to Olivia Rodrigo herself. I think it's safe to say we're going to get a song written for Frozen, like how the Rose song was written for Beauty and the Beast, and what if it's Nini's huge song, similar to All I Want for Olivia, where she writes a song for the Frozen musical for this Disney Plus show, gets hugely noticed and becomes a huge global phenomenon. The show could end for Nini finally getting her big break with music and she goes off on tour. They could even use driver's license in this. Now, whether Olivia Rodrigo would allow Disney to have control of any more of her songs is a different matter, but even a line of Nini saying "I'm going to drive off" would just be incredible and so meta. It could then show Nini off on tour having the time of her life, and they could even use clips from the Sour tour, Sour prom, or Driving Home to You, which Disney definitely has access to. In the most recent episode, Nini went off to California, where Olivia is from, to go off and write songs. Nini is going to be leaving soon, and I think this would be the best way for her to do it. Nini officially becomes Olivia Rodrigo. She writes songs on a musical, on a TV show, and then gets picked up and goes off into a worldwide sensation. And after all, just think about what Nini and Olivia told us. You never know. But anyway guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure that you smash that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, let me know down below in the comments, what do you think about this? Do you agree with me? Do you reckon that Nini's future in this show is going to be her metaphorically turning into the actress who plays her, Olivia Rodrigo? Let me know all your thoughts down there, and as always, we've been here on Gate of Theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.